Hello everybody, it's Filipe Barros here, your West Coast swing and solo dance teacher, and it's a joy to help you in your dance journey. Today we're looking at wonderful whips, advanced whips. Let's go. Okay, so we have a very special guest. It's her. There she is. And we're back in her studio for another video of West Coast swing. Thank you very much for having us here.
You're welcome.
And this is our whips here, advanced wonderful whips. So our whips, we're going to show you for you now. Our first one is a hammerlock whip. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I release the hand, come up, but then I use the energy to keep coming around to finish there. Beautiful whip. Next one, same hand hold. We're going to catch the follower on the shoulder this time, over my head, turn the follower, keep the energy coming around, as we now finish here. The next one now, the next two are from the normal hand hold, but I'm now going to bring the hand up and over my head, bring the follow around for a duck, and then use the energy to keep coming around, and we finish here. And the last one is a whip, the double outside turn. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, double outside turn. I turn, coming around, and we can finish over here. So we'll also show you first the basic whip. There's a lot of technique to it, so we're not going to go through absolutely everything. Of course, you have different techniques as well. We're going to show you some of the ones which I'm going to show you some ones I really enjoy, the technique points. So our basic whip, it goes like this. It's a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That's our basic whip. And some key points for our leaders and followers is that the followers stay on a slot. It can be easy for the follower. They think it's a rotation, they go around in a circle, but it's actually a straight line that the follower goes on. That's the key point there. Leaders as well, I like to catch the follower early here. As if I catch too late, they're going to be past me, and I might compromise my posture and so on. So that's another key point for us. So with our whip, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 and for me is a crucial point. We both move away from each other here, and then the follower's preparing their 4. I'm also coming across the slot. We don't tend to come towards our follower. There are certain whips where we might do that, like an open whip, but for our basic whip, I would say anything from here past is no person's land. We have to go from here or out here. So we're having this stretch we're creating, we move away from each other. That creates our wonderful leverage, like at the start of our dance. Then I'm going to look down the slot for 5, 6, 7 and 8. So it's very brief, good points there for our whips. Whips are super fun. In the last video we posted about reverse whips, we spoke about how a whip has so much energy, and for us just to finish it, we could do a lot more with the energy. So today we're going to be using the energy in our whips. So we just showed you now the basic whip, and now we're going to show you this one with a hammerlock position, which comes from the last video we did, which I'll post here at the top. But we're adding on to it. So with a hammerlock whip, we're going, so it's 1 and then 2. Again, as we mentioned in the last video, you can use your hips or your torso to shape. The follower fills the space. Sometimes we say fill the edges here for that prep. So the right hip is back. We then bring the hand downwards. The follower continues to fill the space. We now have this stretch moment. If I do this, we both feel that stretch from each other. So I'm going to step across, lift the hand down to up, catch the back and come around here. It's so much fun to do. We can do it several rotations around if you want to as well. You can do as much as you want. And that adds a nice moment in the dance where if you're on a crowded floor, everyone's going backwards and forth in their dance, and there's one couple going around in a circle. That has nice dynamics. So that's our first one. Some technique points as well for our followers. Because it's a reverse whip, we'll show you the footwork, we'll show you the footwork. So we're going the other direction in this one, followers. So we're going to come forwards on 1, and then forwards on 2. But now the other hip is being prepped, so our left is coming forwards. We're going to turn for our first triple step, 3 and commit to that hip backwards there. Now the leader's, the hand's down behind the back. Was it the left hand behind the back? Yeah, or was it the right hand? I forget now. The right hand, of course, the right hand, because it's a handshake hold. And then, as the leader changes direction, the follower puts the weight on 4, comes around, wonderfully demonstrated, and then we've taken the back and then adding this scroll coming around. Very nice. Follows for the whip as well, if you want to, as you're coming around, we can go, I'll show you from this side here. We can go, so 1, 2, then we can go, some people will go 3 and 4. So using this tick-tock of the hips as well. If the hammerlock is allowing you to have those angles, but on a normal whip especially, we can do those shaping there, which adds a nice touch to the dance as well. And then, so that was our first whip. Beautiful to do. Be careful, leaders, the hand is coming down first and then coming up. So you don't want to injure the follower's hand if you're just like forcing it, because it's quite a compromised position. So we must be careful. Leaders as well. So for the whip here in the handshake hold, I'm going so 1 and a 2, bringing the hand down, as we mentioned earlier. And then we make sure the follower is filling that space. And then I step forwards here on 4, and then the hand comes down to come up. And then the hand can come to this here. We can create the end of the rope here, and we also have connection here. And I'm also rotating myself. If I'm looking around, it can really help as well here. Some people might call it chasing your tail, and that helps as well to create that lead instead of just like forcing around. Nice. So our next whip here is we're going to catch on the shoulder, 1, 2. So I actually like to brush the hand so they feel the magnet of where the hand is going, instead of surprising the follower. 1, 2, surprise, I've caught you. It might be a bit too late. So a good trick here is 1 and a 2, brush against here, and then we feel that connection, hand over the head. That already adds a nice dimension. Here we're also adding, we can add connection by bringing the connection away from the follower, and the follower can also bring the hand away. And then we have magnets here as well, or sticky hands. And then turning the follower when they're next to me. Some people might turn the follower when they're far away, but we're going to turn the neck. We always want to stay close. And then if I have my body touching here, it also adds more connection points as I bring the follower around. And I might be thinking about my hips coming around, I'm chasing my tail, and that really helps the follower to know what's happening, to keep them aware. There's always connection so they know that what's happening. For example, 1 and a 2, 3 and 4, turning the follower, and then I'll have connection, as many connection points as I can. As you can see, I'm connecting on my ribs. Triple step. And I start tripling before the follower comes around. That's something that sometimes people find tricky as well, because they're coming around, and then when they reach the end, triple step. We want to come round, and before they reach the end, we start tripling, and they complete the rotation on that triple. Very nice move. Again, you can add several rotations around. As we're coming around as well, here, we're coming around, we want to have slightly, we feel this away energy from each other as well, like a centrifugal force coming away from each other. Otherwise, if our weight's in towards each other, like this, it's harder. So we kind of more like away. Yes. And then we both have, I have a free arms. I can shape as I wish. Nice. So leaders, as you're coming around in that circle, my footwork is as follows. So it's a 1 and a 2, 3 and 4. So my footwork, I'm crossing my foot behind me here, and the foot, and it doesn't change too much in the middle of the position here, and then triple step. Nice. So moving on now to our third whip, we had very nice one actually, very nice one, where normally with a whip we might be, for example, we could swap hands and do this here, but we're actually now bringing the hand in over our head here, but always keeping that connection, so we're both filling space. So I'm finding the edges of the box, she's finding the edge as well. I can feel this like away energy, and they also feel this, so we can feel everything that we're doing. We're connected, it's not loose with nothing there, we're here connected. So that's how our footwork follows. You're doing the same normal whip footwork. So it's a 1, 2, 3 and 4, but from here I'm going to turn my follower, catch early the shoulder, and I'm catching this position here and adding like a nice gentle pressure, for they know there's going to be a duck. So, and the follower is giving frame. A lot of followers don't give any frame when they duck, but as Har was doing beautifully, she was giving frame. So now I have something to grab onto. If the frame is down, I slip away. So this is a very key point, show those wings. Yes, so from the start, it's a 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5. Catch the back early, and then we give the follower a little door to come through. And it's the same move as before where we're coming around in circles. You can change level here, and that adds wonderful dimensions to it. If I change level, I take the follower with me, so I suggest that they come down as well. I don't just go down by myself, I kind of take the follower with me. This hand really helps to as I change level. It's coming down at the same time and the same speed as well. So, wonderful move. It's a very nice one, and this has lots of variations from it as well. So just to show you again, we're going 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Beautifully ducked as well. Our final whip of the day is our normal whip, normal hand hold with double outside turn, which we've done a lot here, but we're now adding more to it with a leaded turns as well. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5. We wait till the follower's on their front foot here before we add that double outside turn. And then I turn, passing the hand behind me. Like this. Take the other hand, raise it up and over. And then we do that again, that same scroll around our follower. And again, feels very satisfying to do. So some technique points for this as well. We're going 1 and a 2, again 3 and, we're stretching here on 3 and, my favorite point of the whip. And then with the energy, we're coming for 5 and 6. And now, I personally like to use energy here, and then this follows through. But it's not pushing, it's just using nice energy from there. Often we would stop on one foot. But as we're doing this as well, I'm going to use the energy, continue it coming around and pass the hand behind my back. So let me show you from here. So it's a 1, 2, 3 and a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pass it behind for 9, 10. Connecting it to my chest. If I want to change level, and finish here. Very fun move to do. Again, the ending with scrolling around can be done on many whips, and it adds a wonderful dimension. So enjoy that in your West Coast swing. But as I like to say, West Coast swing is more than purely moves and patterns. It's the artistry, dancing with your partner. So you might want to put some of these in, or mix and match, take a piece out. You don't have to do all of these in one dance. This is stuff you can have suggested patterns to add into your West Coast swing. And I'm very excited to say I'm going to be launching a community group where we're going to meet once a week online, discussing different topics, and it's going to be 8 weeks. And so if you want to join in, then check out the description, contact me for more details. We'll look at topics like competitions or confidence, technique points, styling, Q&As and so on. And the community, we meet other Westies and we can all help each other in our journey of West Coast swing. And if you enjoyed this video, do give this a like. Also, you can click on the subscribe button below, and that will help you to get notified when videos are available. And also I offer private lessons online and in person, including video reviews, where I can watch your videos dancing, including in competitions, and help you with your West Coast swing progression. It's a joy to help people. I love this dance. And all that's left for me to say is to have a wonderful day, and don't forget to enjoy your dancing.